Everybody, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Everybody, let's go, let's go.
Somebody tell me what it mean to make it. I live a dream, what I please. Ain't no more living basic. I set the bar, made me some goals, and now they elevated. I went head first, most people hesitated. Searching for love, we been separated. We do it all for the people. Fight every day to be equal. Only one shot, ain't no secret. So tell me what you want. You can't outrun your pain. Gotta work on your brain. It's up to you to see change. So tell me what you want. In love, are we really? Or we just lasting in feeling? I swear the world need a healing. Jewelry, clouding these women. Instagram got it tripping. I got my mind on the mission. I don't need fame, I need millions. From the bottom, I did it. I got glass in my ceiling. I'm proud of me on my worst day. I did it all independent. I'm buying houses and buildings. I might wake up by a pendant. Just depend how I'm feeling. Try not to think about it much. But every day miss my children. Sometimes the boss need a hug. Some say I'm mean, I'm just serious. I ain't trying, chillin' no club, can't waste no time. I got visions. I left the house at 17. Jumped in the world, and they vicious. Whatever life though, I'm with it. Stacking up every penny, tryna invest in this dream. And I can't lie, get tricked. I seen the world, they think it's small. I put myself in position. I try to motivate my kind. It's up to you if you listen. Permanent diamonds in my teeth. When I'm smiling, they hit. Been getting green, money machine, call me Popeye. Things still coming, it's too late like a drive-by. I've had it all. Never love, I'm asking God why. So what you on? How to deal inside this world where you gotta be strong. I watch it ring until it stop and don't pick up my phone. What you on? Needed a hug, I guess I'm fine without it. They would try to keep me down. I'm grounded. So many trials and tribulations. All around me.
It's the Lit Individual Show with your boy Tony Betton Jr., where yes, we are talking to lit individuals who are doing lit things in their industries. And today we're gonna keep that train moving. That's right, it's the train to catch planes. We're gonna keep it moving right now. We've got my big brother from another mother. We've known each other a very, very long time, thanks to our good friends over at the wonderful organization, Usher's New Look. But man, I want to give it up right now. Let's give it up for Mike Rozier, who is here.
Yes, sir.
Mike, you are a lit individual, my brother,
sir.
And it's a pleasure to have you here today.
Hey, man, I appreciate you. First off, fear ain't nothing. You know, shout out to my brother T-Rep, man.
Man, a pleasure to always be able to sit down with you, chop it up with you. We grown now, man. We grown. We met,
Overly.
I want to say 2010, 2011?
Some with maybe 9.
Yeah, long time ago. I got to ask, I know it's been a lot going on, man. How you been? Because it's been a lot going on.
You know, I'm going to say I'm blessed.
Yeah.
I start every interview that way. I'm blessed. It's another day, another opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Every day starts in your mind. So whatever day you expect to have it.
Yeah.
Whether you focus on the bad or the good, it's going to happen.
At the end of the day going to end, right?
Perspective.
Man, you say fear ain't nothing. I got to know, where does that come from? What inspired you to be able to not only speak that, but to continue with it? Because you say it with such conviction. You say it like it's tatted on the inside of your forehead.
You know, it just go back to where my life started.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to get too deep too soon, right? You know, but I always felt like I was different. I always felt like I was the one. I always felt like I was chosen. And I just knew when you take a different route than the most, follow way, it's gonna get lonely, you know. And when you get rid of fear, when you get rid of doubt, I feel like confidence speaks first, you know, assurance, optimistic, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like, you know, it was more than relevant, number one, because a lot of people, they stop themselves before they even get started, right? So I started doing music in the military. I've been singing, you know, doing covers, other people's songs, things like that. But my first written song, that's 2017. So it don't sound that long ago, you know what I'm saying? But at that moment, I took on Fear Ain't Nothing, and everything that took place from that point to now is what you hear. So it's all real. It's organic.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, first of all, thank you for your service, you know,
Yes,
for you serving, and hearing, you know, that you found, not necessarily found the passion, but you really started to take music serious when you were in, when you were in the military. I want to know a little bit about, I want to take it back. Who is Mike Rozier? When we go back to, you know, even 2005, you joined Usher's New Look, or,
Right.
you know, just kind of growing up. You know, I know your sister, much love to her, Hollywood. Talk to me a little bit about just who Mike Rozier is, where you grew up, where you came from, brother.
First off, a God, you know, a light, a father, a creator, an author, an actor, a model, singer, rapper, all type of, you know, things. But I grew up in Atlanta. We moved out to Rockdale in Conyers. That's where I went to school. Graduated 2013. I was figuring it out, you know. A lot of my peers, you know, they went to college. They started working with their families, or, you know, kind of fell wherever they fell, you know. But like I mentioned earlier, I always felt like I had a duty, I had a responsibility, you know. I wasn't sure how I was going to get there, how I was going to get here, but I knew I couldn't do what I already was seeing, right? So I'm the first generation military, right? Everybody in my household is still, you know, in Georgia, but I lived in South Korea, you know, I lived in Japan, I lived in Tennessee, Kentucky, Texas, Seattle, a whole lot of places, you know. So it's like I just knew all of this stuff was gonna make the story, you know. So I never really was like down on myself too long, you know what I'm saying? But to get back to your question, who am I? I'm a person who I want to be an example. I want to be someone that you look at and you be like, I seen him. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
You say you want to be an example.
Yeah.
Who do you want to be an example to? It's all right, brother. From the story that you have, and you say who you want to be an example to, it's sounding like you already being an example. Who are you currently being an example to?
I did it for real, bro. I really created that separation from who I was and who I wanted to be. I closed it. You know, I'm happy with myself. Some days it's lonely. You know, some days I wish I had, I guess, more love around, you know. I miss my kids a lot. But I know I'm putting in real steps.
Yeah, man. You're walking in that example.
You know, last week, I went down to the courthouse, man, to make a payment on something I was trying to take care of. They told me to put my hands behind my back. I'm fresh as hell. I ain't think I was finna go to jail right then. But I sat in there, bro, for 24 hours. Unexpectedly. You know? It's one thing when you don't know you finna go to jail, you know, and you know, it's different. You gotta adjust real fast. That's what I've been doing my whole life. Adjust real fast.
Pivoting.
Fear ain't nothing. A lot of them roads dark, man. You don't see all the way down. You know?
Yeah, man.
You barely see the steps you taking, but you know you taking them. For sure. I didn't get a lot of support doing secular music or, you know, cursing or you know what I'm saying? Just talking about things that weren't gospel, you know, but it is gospel to me. You know, it's real scriptures and lines that I say over and over, real affirmations. You know, that's gospel to me. And people who understand me and listen to me, you know what I'm saying? I don't have to be very specific on, you know, religion or things like that for people to take in what's being given.
Yeah.
You know, because I stand for being brave, man. A lot of people don't want to be judged. You know, they don't want to be exposed to criticism or whatever people have to say. So they hide. They play small. I'm crying, right? We just started. You know what I'm saying? But, bro, it's been a day. You know, like I said, bro, I was just in jail, bro, for 24 hours unexpectedly. And it was a movie, bro.
Yeah.
When they put them things on you, bro, and you got that orange on, and you walk into that deck, and it's already 100 people in there, and they all looking like who coming in, and you walking in, you know, it's a movie, bro. That just happened to me a couple days ago. I wasn't expecting that day. You know? But I had court that next morning, and that judge told me, "You good. Let him go. Time served. We saw what he was trying to do. Everybody got these high bonds, and you know what I'm saying? I didn't pay a dime to get out of jail. My car was still where I left it. No boot, no tow, no nothing. It was just a moment in time for me to really reflect, you know, where I was at and where I was going. The universe rewards action. When you take action, when you do it in spite of, when you do it scared, when you still do it, things come to you. You know?
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you have the floor.
No. Look, I appreciate not only your vulnerability, but your relatability to, I'm sure there's a lot of people who are watching this, listening to this, who can relate to either being judged, to either being felt like they have been alone, to being felt like they had to pivot unexpectedly. And sometimes that might be a financial pivot. Sometimes that might be a physical pivot. Sometimes that might be a legal pivot. And as you're sharing your story and as you're talking about all the things that you've been through, whether or not that was, you know, you going to jail, you overcoming certain things, you serving in the military. One of the things that, you know, I've noticed you do is you truly use your music to be a storyteller. You truly use your music as a way to be an outlet. One of those songs I had told you I had heard not too long ago that you released a while back, All My Life. I love the tempo of the record. I love the feeling of the record. And one thing through all of your music is that you truly use it as, I would say, a form of therapy. Talk to me about how you use your music to be able to escape to that place. Because I asked you earlier, I said, what do you do to decipher, as you're putting music out? Do you make music for an album? Do you make music for XYZ? You say you make music based on how you feel. How do you use music as a form of release or therapy even?
Well, first off, when I first started, it was all fun. Like my first couple songs, it was more so, it was fun. I was kind of getting like used to writing my own lyrics, my own music, picking my own beats, But over time, it did become therapy because I was in the military when I started this journey. It was a lot going on. I was in therapy, but a lot of times they don't really remember the last conversation y'all had. They got notes, it's certain points, but, it's not real personal to them. I felt like me speaking to myself, my inner God, putting it on a audio and listening to it, that meant so much more to me. That was like my counseling. That was my therapy. Yeah, for sure. Do
you have and this is an interesting question to ask any artist, you say, I believe you have what, 9 projects? 9 projects?
And a couple singles too.
Which would you say was one of the most difficult projects for you to be able to get through? And then which would you say was one of your easiest projects to be able to get through? And not easy as in it was thrown together or real simple, but maybe it just kind of really flowed and it was just something that was not as strenuous as another project. What was your toughest project and maybe one of your most smoothest projects?
I'm gonna say the toughest one would be the first one.
Okay.
Getting started. Not overthinking.
Yeah.
Not feeling like, oh man, I'm finna put out my first set of music. You know what I'm saying? That's where a lot of people get hung up. So I say that was the most difficult. Picking the best songs, feeling like it's good enough. Is it good enough? So I say the first one would be the most difficult. The easiest, probably the last one.
Leo.
I mean, I done got the hang of it.
You slid on Leo, man.
I appreciate it, brother. I done got the hang of it. My sound, different cadences, melodies, still always incorporating truth. You know what I'm saying? Purpose, real gems, dropping, real game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Intention.
How would you describe your sound? Are you hip hop? Are you R&B? Are you trap soul? Are you a little bit of all the above? How would you describe your music?
Sensational. Intentional. Yeah. Personal. As far as the sound, upbeat, slow. I mean, you heard it. It's a lot of that. It's some that's turned up. It's some that's real slow. No bass at all. So I don't really know where I want to answer that question, but sensational.
It's you.
It's me.
It's how you feel.
It's more what you're going to take from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is the point of music, being able to, decipher something and let the listener be able to decipher how they decipher it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What's on Mike Rozier's playlist other than Mike Rozier? So who do you listen to, whether or not it's inspiration, whether or not it's, music that you grew up listening to, whether or not it's, the song of the summer right now for you? What's in Mike Rozier's playlist?
Well, definitely Mike Rozier. Outside of that, Nipsey Hussle, Larry June. This funny. I like Summer Walker a lot.
Yeah.
For sure. Like a lot.
She get down.
Like I'm knowing all the songs. Like word for word.
What is it that you would say is about Summer Walker?
she's so hard. It's like, it sounds so effortless. You feel me? Like, I grew up in performing arts, you know? That's where I met you.
That's where we met.
Right? So I grew up on stage doing plays, like singing and dancing and acting all at the same time. Man, when she sing, bro, it just sound like she ain't really trying. She got the lyrics with it, you know, the runs, like the harmonies, the backgrounds. It's just that. Summer Walker is that for sure.
You know, it's interesting that you mentioned her because I'm gonna be honest, I kind of see some similarities. You know, I feel like she is someone who has been through a lot, has overcome a lot, and she puts that in her music.
Most definitely.
She's herself on stage. She's fully transparent. She's vulnerable. She's tough. She loves her craft, and you know, she loves what she does, and I can definitely see that correlation. So when you say that, it's interesting because I can definitely see that. Right. I wanna change the mood a little bit. You know, let's go back to where we met. Right. Let's go. Let's talk a little bit about Usher's new look. Right.
Usher's new look.
I want to know how, my friend, you got involved with Usher's new look, how you got connected to it, and then kind of what you gained from being in this program, and then now being grown up Mike Rozier.
Okay.
So let's start with how you got involved with Usher's new look.
So I'm going to the 6th grade. It's the summer before 6th grade.
Okay.
So I'm fresh out of elementary. I'm about to go to middle school.
Okay.
Fear ain't nothing.
Yeah.
So boom. That summer I went to Usher's new look. My mom's friend had told her about it or something like that, but me and my sister Hollywood, we ended up there. She went into the dance. I went into the music.
And this was a summer camp at this time,
summer
right?
camp.
Summer camp new look.
This is at Morris Brown College. It was closed down at that time. So we was in the dorms at Morris Brown. I just remember, like, it was just so cool, man, to see so many black people that wanted something. You know? Like I said, I was in Rockdale County at the time when we started going to New Look. So it wasn't a lot of me trying to be, you know. So when I came downtown and we in the city, and there's a lot of kids that want to be something, man, that was the kickoff of a lot, you know. So that's how it started. I don't know if that was 05 or 06, but ATL just came out.
Okay. So
What
Cascade
you know
was the
about,
spot. Yeah.
What you know about? Yeah, it was that at that time. It was either 05 or 06. I can't remember.
Big
but
hoop earrings down at the pool, all those stuff. Real Atlanta.
the movie was playing while we was like lining up.
Yeah.
Like they had the movie on the big screen. Like it just came out. So yeah, whatever year that was.
Okay.
But go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say, what did I take from it?
Yes, that's what I was about to ask. Mm-hmm.
What did I take from it? You know, if I believe in myself and to me I stay true, there's nothing I can't achieve and nothing I can't do.
Man, that's an affirmation.
That's how old are we? That's what, 10, 11 years old. That's, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Reciting
what,
them words. Mm-hmm.
That's different. At 30, I look at my life and I appreciate every single pocket, every single camp, every single person, every friend house I went to when I seen his family, or, you know, every football player or, you know, teammate I had, all that stuff, if it molds you, it teach you like your mind is real fragile. So you got to be careful what you let it take in, you know, because for me to recite that, and we ain't been to camp in how long, you know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
It was in there. But right now, it's fear ain't nothing, you know?
Yeah.
It's very, very present for me. For that to be the start, and fear ain't nothing, you know, this is real gospel, bro. Mm-hmm. The church, like I said, man, I don't like to get too religious, you know, because I think that's division, that divide people, and, you know.
Yeah.
Everybody feels like whatever they believe is the one.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of me doing that route, I'ma just say fear ain't nothing. And every day you wake up, you can decide what type of day you have. That's what I'ma say.
Yeah. You say, I laugh because you say that's what you remember. That's one of the things that probably stuck with you most. If I believe in myself and to me I stay true, there's nothing I can't achieve, there's nothing I can't do. For those who do not know, that is part of our UNL pledge,
Most
right?
definitely.
And this was an organization that was founded in 1999. You learned this in 2005, 2006.
Mm-hmm.
It's 2025, about to be 2026.
Most definitely.
So now 20 years later, that still holds true, not only in real life, but we still teach that to students in Usher's New Look.
Right now.
Right now, at Usher's New Look each day, we will strive to be the best. We will overcome our, look, don't get me started.
When life puts us to the test,
We will follow our hearts and always reach for the stars. Our dreams are within reach.
for the future is ours.
I can become anything I inspire to be.
For all those who believe in New Look, believe in me.
If I believe in myself and to me I stay true,
It's nothing I can't achieve and nothing I can't do.
that's one of the biggest affirmations
Hey,
ever.
I ain't quoted that in 15, 20 years, bro.
And it's like riding a bike.
It's a long time.
It's like riding a bike. That shows not only the power of organizations like UNL, but also the importance of pouring into young people at that age.
Most definitely.
Because now at 30 years old, 29 years old, 31 years old, 28 years old, we're remembering this and still standing on it.
Most definitely.
And for them to hear, I talk with Godfather, Sean Wilson. I talk with him all the time. And anytime he's able to hear young people still recite that to this day, like to hear something y'all created 25 years later, that brings joy for someone who works now for the organization to hear you say that, man.
Yes, sir.
That stuck with you because now that lets me know what we're teaching now is going to
They
now
gonna remember
hold
it.
when we're 50 years in, when we in 2050.
Most definitely.
That right there is the core of what it. If I believe in myself and to me I stay true, fear ain't nothing.
Fear ain't nothing.
So if you thought it was something, you got it twisted.
Come on, man. Them kids gonna inspire to be where you at right now.
Man.
Them kids you talking to, they watching your podcast like, I could do that.
I received that, brother.
Most definitely.
I received that, brother.
Most definitely. My man been on the news. My man been a news reporter.
Your man just got a Rice Award, brother.
My man just got a Rice Award. Come on, man.
Man.
Stop playing around.
Mike, man, I truly miss and love your energy. I'm so glad to be able to be back in Atlanta to be able to experience this with you. You know,
Yes, sir.
especially as you grow as an artist,
Yes, sir.
you grow as an individual, as a father, as a brother,
Yes, sir.
as a son, and all of those great things. I've got to ask, your most recent project, Leo.
Leo.
Let's talk about Leo.
Let's talk about Leo.
So Leo, I want to know some of the inspiration behind, okay, you said, all right, it's time for this next project. You decided to drop Leo. I think it's got the black and white cover. I'm talking about like, you put it on, I need a vinyl of it.
Okay.
Because it's one of the things where you just put on and you let it ride. Talk to me about Leo, man.
Leo, August 11th, 2025. I hit the big 3-0. I'm a Leo.
Yeah.
You know, so it made a lot of sense. Man, it's a lot of feelings in there. You know, it's some slow music. It's some hype music. It really references where my life is right now.
Yeah.
I'm a dad. You know, I didn't have music talking about being a dad before. You know, that's big.
Yeah.
You know, putting my kids' names in my song, you know, shouting them out. Shout out to my son, Nine. Shout out to Avani. But yeah, it's real life, man. When you riding in a car, you can do it. When you running on the track, you can do it. Like when you going through, you can do it at any moment in life, because life is in the mind.
Yeah.
So if you remember these songs, if you remember these lines, you remember these melodies,
Yeah.
Blueprint.
Yeah. And one thing I've learned about and what I believe from music, because even when I go back to when I did music, so I really understood when you talked about when you weren't doing gospel music, and instead just did another route. I remember going from Young Praiser to T-Rep. I remember hearing conversations within the gospel community of people, why he not doing gospel music no more? why he done changed his name? Tony representing everything positive. Mind you, I'm still making positive music. But instead it was labeled as secular music.
Because you weren't saying the name.
Because I wasn't saying Jesus, Jesus, Jesus,
the
Jesus,
name.
Jesus.
Right.
And mind you, one of the things that I had always... My first song was called Hitting Them Streets. My first single was called Hitting Them Streets.
As T-Rep.
As Young Praiser.
Oh wow. Okay.
This was Young Praiser. This was 9-10 years old, Tony.
Okay.
So we might not even have met yet. I had braids before I had locks.
Okay.
So when I was doing Hitting Them Streets, literally in the entire song is about taking the gospel outside the walls of the church. That's the whole point of the song. It's about not restricting yourself to the church and taking the gospel outside the walls of the church. At 9 years old, God put this on my heart. Between my mom, my grandma, the influence who I was around, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
So it blew my mind because I'm like, the Jesus who I believe we all know about,
right,
literally talks about how we need to touch those outside the church.
Beyond the walls.
Because those who are in the church, we know Jesus, we praise Him, we having all this great time. We got to reach outside the walls of the church. And a lot of the times, the best way to reach them is not by saying Jesus, 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 but by telling the story and the works of what Jesus has done, what God has done, the things that He did it for me. Imagine what He can do for you.
No doubt.
Then you say, okay, let me check out what church is, or let me stream one time, or let me put on this gospel song, or just turn on this radio station because this music makes me feel good, right?
Let me be a better person.
Let me be a better person.
Right.
Versus if I go to church every single day, or every single day, because Bible study and then choir rehearsal, and then you got XYZ. And I love the church. Right. I grew up in the church. I love the church, rapping and all those good stuff. But it blew my mind how much backlash I got when I decided to just do a different type of pathway into music. And so I relate to your statement when you say that, because it blew my mind.
But it's real to you.
It's real to me. And I know that the stories that I then tell, people may listen to differently than someone who may be coming Bible thumping.
Most definitely.
Right? So you as a storyteller, you as a messenger, you have talked about the way that you use music to tell stories. I want to ask, my question is, what can we expect next from Mike Rozier, right? That's my question. What can we expect next from Mike Rozier in regards to how you're feeling, in regards to the music that you're making right now? Are we in a celebratory mood? Are we are in a reflective mood, or are we still processing what mood we're in right now?
Great question. Well, first and foremost, I'm handling my real life every day. Whether that be credit, whether that be, accounts, whether that be bills, being a father, I'm working on that constantly. I just started working full time with Motor 404. Shout out to Motor. I'm a model.
Nice.
So if you go to the page, you go to the Instagram, you will see
fresh fits all the time.
Right. Shout out to them. Go shop Motor 404 on Peachtree. Also, I got the music always being worked on. I will be starting a movie.
Nice.
Coming soon. I won't speak on that just yet, because people will be waiting on it and looking for it. But
when you do, we'll need you. Yeah. Okay. So he already know. We'll have to split the block on that one. Okay. Okay.
I will be playing a great late, somebody.
All right. Teasing a journalist is please don't tease a journalist, because I'll start digging. Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So modeling, acting, music, being a father, being a better person, you know, trying to wake up a little earlier, you know, trying to be intentional, trying to start the day a little more focused, you know, instead of rolling out and like figuring it out real fast and putting it together. And, right. When you do that, I feel like you take whatever comes, you know, but when you wake up and you set like a certain path, you know, it's like, even when stuff do come up, it's like, I still got something to do, you know, you gotta like keep moving, you know. But yeah, man, it's a lot coming. I just want to keep touching the people's hearts, you know, however that come across. It's gonna be positive. It's gonna be motivation, you know. And I just feel like a lot of people watch, but they'll never say nothing. And that's okay, because when God put you on display, you got to take whatever come with it. You see what I'm saying? I asked for this. I prayed for this. You feel me? So even if nobody say, man, you doing it, shout out to you, congratulate. I still got work to do. This my legacy. This my destiny. This my purpose every day. So just continue to watch and you'll see what I put out, you know, whether it be little gems on the story, whether it be just showing people, man, look, even when you don't feel like it, you got stripes to put in. Whatever you want to be known as, you got to start doing that. If you want to be that, you got to already feel like that in your mind. You know what I'm saying? It ain't events that make you successful. It's your mind. See what I'm saying? All these big events, they last 30 minutes, an hour, whatever, then it's over. It's over with. Nothing changed inside of you. You might be proud, you might feel good for a second, but life comes again. So you got to look at, you can't celebrate to the point where you start working, but you gotta celebrate the small things more than the big things. It's about the habits. How you talk to yourself, you know, how you look at the situations, for sure.
Yeah. You mentioned earlier about, as you talk about these events, success, you know, the idea and the true essence of someone who's hungry is right. It's like they never reach it, right? Beyonce, Michael Jackson, Usher, they never satisfied.
Right.
Because there's always more to be done. There's always more. Even if it was a 10, it was really a 9 because it could have probably been better.
Most definitely.
And that's the way to think, right? So I want to ask you, what does success look like for you? Even though it may not be a point where you say, okay, I've made it, I'm here.
Yeah.
But also, what does it look like for you to say, you know what? I'm succeeding. I'm on the right track to get to that point to where I can say I made it.
Yeah.
Is that a certain collab? Is that being able to get a certain accolade? Is that to be able to have your kids see you on a certain stage or in a certain way? Am I hitting it? What's success look like? Tell me. Tell me.
Freedom.
Yeah.
People don't have freedom. Money don't matter if you stacking the bills up just as tall as the amount. Like, it don't matter. It's gone. So, you know, if you make a lot of money and you got a lot of bills, man.
Do you really have a lot of money?
I mean, right. So I don't try to live outside of wherever I'm at in life. You know, if it don't make sense, it don't make sense. Tomorrow will be here. It'll wait. You know what I'm saying? But success for me, like I said, is freedom. It's being able to think. It's having peace. It's being able to just sit and just do nothing and like, that's success. It's not like, oh man, I went to LA, I did this, I met such and such, it was lit. Oh, I got such a number, and then that's cool. That's like validation. When you get to the point where you don't need validation and you just feel like him every day, man, you made it.
Yeah. That's true freedom.
That's true freedom,
That's
bro.
peace.
Whoever you are, girl or boy, it don't matter. If you walk around and you feel like that, whatever that thing is, person you trying to be, if you walk around and you already feel like that every day, it's like all this stuff is just movie. It's just a part of like the documentary. You know what I'm saying? Every room you walk into is like, man, I'm blessing y'all presence right now. You don't even know it.
You right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it just take a while for people to catch on, or for people to, you know, give you that reassurance that a lot of people search for, you know. But man, I come from being a soldier. You know, I come from crawling in the mud, like face first. You know what I'm saying? Like getting rained on, sleeping on the ground. You know, this ain't nothing. This ain't nothing. You feel me? Yeah, real life. You know, it can be, if you focus on it too long, you could blow it up, you can magnify it, and it'll take over your mind. I know that too.
Yeah.
So you gotta have a short memory. Tomorrow gonna be better. You gotta always feel like that. Today gonna be better. And it'll come to you. But whatever you focus on, you're gonna blow it up.
Yeah. Well, look, I want to be able to end off on a inspiring note, but you done been dropping gems like popcorn at a theater. With that being said, Mike, I do want to just give you the floor to, you know, whatever it is that's on your heart. You know, we in an interesting world right now, man.
Yeah,
we in an interesting world, and I think that being able to hear some positivity, some inspiration, is very important. So, just, you know, is there a message that you want to leave people with, whether or not it's on your heart, whether or not it's a situation maybe that you've either experienced or seen, that, you know, just to leave something with? You're a lit individual for a reason. What just message would you just like to leave right now, my brother?
I appreciate
Thank you.
that. First off, fear ain't nothing. Whatever you want, you can have it. You know, it all starts in your mind. Well, first off, you know, you need to be clear about what that is, number one. And small habits create big results. Don't look at the whole plate, you know. Focus on each side first, you know, and then work your way around it. But nobody coming to do the push-ups for you. You got to put the work in, you know. You want the body. The early bird doesn't just get the worm. They get the piece, you know. So be on time. Enjoy where you at, because, you know, when you move up, you got to leave some things down there. So be ready.
Ain't nobody gonna do the push-ups for you. I felt that one. Because sometimes it's like, can you finish these? For no, you got to do them push-ups though, man.
For sure.
Mike, my brother from another mother, I appreciate you, dog.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir. I appreciate you, brother.
Yes, man. We got some great things that's going to be happening.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Awesome. You guys, you have been watching another wonderful episode of the Lit Individual Show. I'm so glad to have my brother Mike Rozier here on the show talking with another lit individual. You guys, make sure that you hit that subscribe button and that you share this information so that we can be able to show these people who these lit individuals are, and we want to find some more out there. We'll see you next time, everybody. It's your boy, Tony Betton Jr. Shout out to Train to Catch Planes. Peace.
Yes, sir.
Close your eyes and see the vision. Know that skies are not the ceiling. Oh, no. You're getting inside to get that feeling. Getting inside to get that feeling. pay these curses. In a bad year, but I didn't seen worse. Gonna walk away from these problems, I feel like I'm Herschel. You perform well in the game when you've been through rehearsals. You know what you had that always sour. I need some affection, tender love and attention too. But me tired, you get tired. I just wanna be cool. Never get real crazy, maybe PTSD. Everybody ain't real, I don't know how to be. Even out my love, they ain't show love to me. All my life, I like Joe to see.
Everybody, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Everybody,